What's a math teacher's favorite vacation destination? Times Square! I like that one. I thought that was a good one. Hopefully you found it slightly entertaining as well. All right, solving systems by elimination. This typically is one of my students' favorite ways to solve systems, so hopefully you have found some success with this process as well. When we're solving by elimination, our goal is to get one of the variables to cancel by getting those coefficients to be the same, but opposite signs. 7 doesn't go into 10, looking at my x's. Looking at my y's, 3 does not go into 5. So I need to multiply both equations by something to get those coefficients to match. 3 and 5 are smaller than 10 and 7, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel my y's. So I want to think about what do 3 and 5 both go into? And the answer is 15. So I'll multiply my first y by 5. 3 times 5 will give me that 15. And I'll multiply my second y by 3. 3 times 5 gives me 15. However, both of my 15s will be positive. So I'm just going to choose one of those numbers to make negative so that my 15s will be opposite signs so that they'll cancel. Distributing my negative 5, I get negative 35x minus 15y equals negative 55. Second equation, 3 times 10 will give me a 30x plus 15y equals 60. Adding my equations together, negative 35x plus 30x leaves me with a negative 5x. My positive and negative 15y's cancel, and negative 55 plus 60 is a positive 5. So when I solve for x, dividing both sides by that negative 5, I get x equals negative 1. Choosing either of my original equations to solve for y, I'm going to go ahead and use my first equation. I'm going to rewrite it so I'm very clear which equation I'm using because it has smaller numbers. Replacing x with that negative 1 and solving for y. I'll multiply that 7 by negative 1 first, canceling that negative 7 by adding, leaving me with 3y equals 18. Dividing both sides by 3 to get that y alone, and we get y equals 6. So my ordered pair on this one, my solution will be negative 1 for my x value and 6 for my y value. All right, on this one, think about which variable you would eliminate first. The nice thing is there's no wrong answer on this one. I would choose my x just because 4 and 14 are smaller than 6 and 21. Thinking about what 4 and 14 go into, and that answer is 28. So I will need to multiply my 14 by 2 and multiply my 4 by 7. The other nice thing about my x's, which is also true for the y's in this case, is that they're already opposites, so I can multiply both of these equations by a positive value. 2 times negative 14 gives me negative 28x. 2 times 21 gives me a positive 42y. And 2 times 22 gives me 44. Second equation, 7 times 4x gives me 28x. 7 times negative 6 gives me a negative 42y. And 7 times negative 8 gives me a negative 56. Combining my x's, they cancel. Combining my y's, they also cancel. When both variables cancel, that leaves us with nothing or 0. And 44 minus 56 gives us a negative 12. So when both variables cancel, we ask ourselves if the result is true or false. Of course, 0 does not equal negative 12, so that means this system has no solution. Tomorrow we're going to review solving proportions, which is a really key skill for geometry. And then on Friday, we will have a quiz over everything we've learned from this unit so far, as well as those proportions.